And this is a wonderful YouTube live event that has been going on most of the day today, hosted by our friend Leah at Make All the Things With Me. There is a playlist. If you've missed anyone, you can definitely check out the playlist. Also on the playlist, I like to save videos just in case if there was a craft that I want to make again. And there has been so many great inspiring crafts today, so I hope you are enjoying the event, and we'll check out all of the creatives on the event. So I have 30 minutes. It's a good thing though. That way you get a little taste of everybody's crafts today. I love it so much. As you're coming in, please say hello. Let me know that you're here. Even if you're on the replay, that really helps me out. And also, if you wouldn't mind giving those big thumbs ups. And if you like what you see here, I'd love it if you subscribe. So what am I working on today? Well, I was going through a magazine called Daphne's Diary, and I found all of these beautiful pages of fruit. And I thought, oh my gosh, I can't let those just sit in the magazine. Normally it's the other way. I can't get myself to cut up these beautiful magazines. Hello, Mary. Hi, Diana. Normally I can't get myself to cut up the magazines because they're like $20 a piece. But they are quarterlies, so if you break it down to what you would pay per month, it's about the same as what I used to remember. I used to be a magazine girl. That was like, I loved buying magazines. Magazines were my thing. Hi, Barbara. Come on in. Hello, everyone. There's Tamara. Hello, hello. So as I was going through the magazine, I thought, okay, I've had this magazine for quite some time now, over a year, I think. I didn't look at the date of it. And of course, it doesn't say it at the bottom of the pages, but this is a magazine from the UK. So I used to get at Joann's. I don't know if you can get it at Michael's or not. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Anyways, as I was flipping through, I thought, oh my gosh, this so needs to go in the fruit journal that I have yet to finish. I started this journal like 2 years ago, and it's time to get it done. Really, it is. It's a beautiful journal, and I made it with napkins. Leah was just talking about how much she likes to decoupage and has been started to collect napkins. This whole front cover is made, this was some kind of a packaging box. And then I put paper over it, and then I decoupaged this beautiful napkin. I think everybody has this napkin. It was going around for a while. Sorry guys, my throat is so tired today. I've got my green tea, my Rituals green tea. It's not green tea. Why do I keep saying that? I think because the tag is green. It is an herbal mint tea, and it's just so soothing and wonderful. I hope you guys are having some sort of a refreshing beverage. Maybe Leah needs some hot cocoa over there. Thank you for sharing me in all of the places. I greatly appreciate it. Anyways, let's take a look in this journal real quick. And basically, I just need to add some things. And when I saw these pages, I was like, oh, that's going to be so perfect. Now, this paper is by Prima Marketing. This is a sticker. That's a PET sticker. I took some book page and splatted some. I think I did paint on this one. It could be ink, but it's pretty heavy. Maybe it is just ink. Anyways, I put some, I think it's bundled sage ink there, and then put my sticker over it, and I think it looks absolutely gorgeous. You can still see the writing in the background, but it's not the main focal point. I don't know why that is so pleasing to me. I just love it. Hello there for Red Brick Home Crafts. Hello, hello. I'm still learning everybody's names. There's Lori from Farmhouse Stencil Shop. Hello, everyone. Blissful Crafts and Designs by Debbie. Hello, Debbie. So I thought we could put some things in the pockets, maybe make a couple more belly bands here. This one has stickers and nothing really going on the page. This is a printable from Rach and Bella Crafts. So there are just a few printables in here. I was trying to kind of fill in some blanks. I don't really like this color here. I want to change this color. And I have a few other stickers that I can just put in this pocket. Lots of coffee dyed paper. This is a paper by Prima, and I love how I cut to make some little pop-ups, little peekaboos. Hello, happy Saturday, Cheryl. Cheryl had a birthday the other day, guys. I hope you got to spend it doing something fun. There's some tags. I think these tags are actually by K & Company. They were in my stash for quite some time. Oh, and these are paper ruffles. I didn't sew those. My pleating is not that good. I think I purchased them. So right here, I need another sticker, and I just got these Well, no, I just found these stickers the other day. I've been working on cleaning up some of my craft space, although you would never know. It's so messy. Oh my gosh. I'm thinking I want to use one of these stickers. These are like, I think they're pansy stickers. So pretty though. Some of them are more purple, some of them are more red. I'm just trying to see what I would like to put in here. This one I think is lovely. Let's see what that would look like. So a PET sticker stands for poly something something plastic. See-through clear acetate light sticker. Your craft room never stays clean for long. Oh, mine is just a mess. I have so much stuff and I've moved. I used to own a scrapbook store. So I've downsized things as much as I possibly can, but then I've collected things because I've acquired like people's whole craft rooms. I would go and look at, they would list, maybe they have, ooh, look at this one. We're going to use this one. You know, I would go after just like one thing and then they would say, well, everything, and I would say, well, how much is this? And they're like, everything's for sale. And I'm like, okay, well, can I just buy all of it? And they're like, the whole room? I'm like, yep, all of it. So we've done that like 2 or 3 times now, and it's been good and bad because I've really built up some of my collections pieces that I want to collect, but I've really built up a lot of other stuff that I need to have a destash sale for. And my foot kind of took me out of the game for a while. So it's healing now though. Everything is healing, which is great. Okay, there we go. Ah, look at that. This one is a great sticker. I was able to just run my fingers. Oh, although I have 2 of them. Ah, okay, we don't need 2 of them. I was able to run my fingers across it and it just opened up. Sometimes they take forever and I get impatient and I'll just glue them down with the backing on it and all. Okay, this one's not like that. We can literally just peel and stick, which is great. I still like to add a little bit of glue. My glue dries clear. There we go. And I save this because you can use this as window film. Even though it's in the shape of a flower, you can still use it, especially if you have like some kind of a circle. You can put it there. All right, let's put some glue before I forget what I'm doing here. I always say tape for today, glue for tomorrow. So even these stickers over time, they'll break down just like that old vintage tape, which isn't so cute if you're trying to have something nice of a nice design or something like that. So in the case of all the scrapbooking days stuff, I used to use these little I don't know, they were just like little photo sticky things, and I used those all over, and years later I had to piece everything back together because it all came out. So now I double up and it's great, and I think it's working fine. Ooh, look at that. That is so pretty. Oh, and it's even got a little bit of texture. I knew that would be good in here. Look at that. Okay. You love the flowers. Hey, there's Corey. Yes, I loved your painting. You started us off with this event so great today. I used to paint a lot. I used to do oil paints and watercolors. This is fun. There's a waterfall. So we can pull this. Doot. And it just has book pages on the back. Why do we get stuck right there? Sometimes these mechanisms have to be played with just to keep them working. But this one does work. Just have to play with it a little bit. Oh yeah, you're so welcome. I used to paint. I struggled with still life items and people. I like painting sceneries, flowers, palm trees, beaches. Those are like the things I like to paint. All right, I've got another one right there. What am I going to do right there? Oh, and this was a paper from Prima, and then it had this, I think this is a fig, but I had a tomato sticker that was really texturized, and I put it right in the center. I guess tomatoes a fruit too, right? But I just thought it made this centerpiece of the fig come to life, and I don't know if you guys can see the texture or not, but it's so bumpy and wonderful. I just love it. And it makes that piece of like fruit just come right out of the page, I think. I love it. And then I do have some kind of flashy stickers. I don't know if I'm loving those as much as I was when I put them on here. Hey, there's my tomorrow friend in the house. Hello, hello. Then I do have one of these little pullouts here. I love these, but I do still have room here. And kind of on the back here, these are pockets. So I think this one is that fruit. I want to move to that other page. And then I made some tags. So I cut some 2.5-inch strips. This is paper that I got from Joann's before they closed. I think they're closed anyways. And I wasn't sure how long I would need them to be, so I just kind of cut them. I just cut them the length of the paper and put my tag punch at the top, and then I can cut however much I need and make the other piece a tag as well. So if you're new to paper crafting and you're trying to look for something that's kind of a game changer, that really is subjective to everyone. Everyone has their favorite tools and things, but if you are trying to get going, I really think getting one of these 3-in-1 tag punches. There we go. I dropped it down there. So there's a couple different ones. There's like 3 different ones. There we go. I have a short reach. This is the one I've been using today. So you can cut your scraps into 1.5-inch, 2-inch, and 2.5-inch, and then you just stick it in here, and it makes a tag out of all of your scraps. This must be 2 pieces of paper. It is. That's why I didn't want to punch it. So you can turn your scraps into tags. Whoops, that has a hole at the top, and that will just come right out the bottom. Let's see. In there, yeah. Oh, and I've got a piece of paper in there. There we go. Pretty easy to punch too, as far as if you have weak hands. My hands have been getting so weak with all of this crazy stuff I've been going through this year. But okay, so this is the one I actually wanted. If it's directional, these fruits are just kind of on here all over. But I thought this paper would go great with what I've already got going. Not all of the papers in the pack go with what I've already been using, but I thought it might be great little fillers. Sometimes the designer papers are a little bit stingy on volume. So if you're trying to do a whole book, you need to find some coordinating things. And that can be really fun too, because then you can, add some different feels to your books. There's Leah. Yeah, so I think this is a tool that I use all of the time, along with my Crop-A-Dial, but, not everybody likes metals, but, you can see it's quickly turned all of these papers into something usable and fun, and I did have some pockets in here that were long, I thought. I made this with leftover paper and that I had made for my sewing journal that I just showed the other day. This one is a PET tape, but I didn't take the sticky back off of it. I just turned it into a pocket. So you can kind of see it's kind of shiny, flashy. I thought there was somewhere in here that needed a long tag. Right there. Okay, so we can choose whichever one we want. I'm surprised to say this, but I think the pineapples maybe. I don't know. There's not really any pineapples on the page. Maybe the strawberries. It's going to just be barely seen anyways, just tucked into the pocket there. Okay, so let's just cut this. We'll cut it right above this one here. And it has those things that my dear friend Sharon doesn't like. It has the little metal foils on there. And I don't mind the foils. I think they're fun and flashy, and they just kind of add something special. But if you are trying to go for like a shabby chic or vintage vibe, it is sometimes hard when you've got these little flashing pieces on the paper. Sharon was doing a flip through of the new papers that she had got from Michaels, and she was not happy because a lot of them had that gold foil on there, and I don't mind that. I think it's fun. Okay, so that's perfect. Just sticks out of our tag there. So, that's what you can do with these, and sometimes you can even punch on the other side as well in case if you need like a book plate. I think I had some here that I did. So you can see I punch all kinds of tags, whatever I might need. Sometimes I save the tops like this to make tabs out of. These ones could go in this journal too, very easily. But you can see here, there we go. If you punch one side and then punch the other side, you kind of have a little book plate or a little slide or a closure piece, whatever you need. So these are really handy to have on hand. Handy on the hands. All right, whatever you want to say. They're a great tool for, especially for beginners, because if you are trying to space things out for your budget, I get that. Trust me, and it's hard not to want all of the things. Okay, so let's get to it. I only have a half an hour today, and let's see what we can do with some of these fruit pieces. I'm so excited. Okay, now there's some recipes and things in here that are in here, and I don't want to disturb those, so I did get out some recipe cards in case if I wanted to put some of those in there. I'm going to put these stickers all in here, and then whoever gets this journal, if they want to use these stickers, they can. If not, they can just live safely tucked in here. I think I made the envelope a pocket too, so there's actually 2 pockets going on here. I was like, what is happening? It's going behind it. There we go. And I think it's cute with just these little orange greenery pieces sticking out behind here. Okay. Now you can see this one here is a belly band for like a tag there, but I don't feel like it is a big enough tag. So sometimes it's nice if you can just stick an extra one in there. There we go. Okay, and I'm still yet to use anything I've cut out. Come on, Shauna, get to cutting. There we go. Okay, look at this. Aren't these beautiful? This was just so pretty. I couldn't leave it in the magazine. I was like, it needs to come out and play in my journal. So pretty. I hope everyone is having a great weekend and are being safe and all the things. Oh yeah, look at that. That'll go nice right there. Okay, here we go. So it's just going to go on the back of this one. And I just tore it out. So, you know, I need it to be a little bit smaller to go right here. You could go for some fruit salad. Me too. I think this is a great time of year when you start craving all of those summertime things. Chris, what season is it for you guys in Australia? Okay, I'm going to ink along the edge, and I've been using antique linen and bundled sage in this book because that is kind of what goes with the paper. Somewhere, it's down here. It was one of the first things I got out. There we go. You have never had the best weekend ever. Oh, you've had the best weekend so far. Yay, that's great. I love it when people have a good weekend. I've been hearing all kinds of things going on that are not so good, so it's great you guys can tell me something good. All right, we'll just put a little bit of ink down there just to kind of try to blend this in. And hopefully I can get it glued. Yes, it's so nice when people are having a good day or a good weekend or good whatever. Good anything is good this day and age. It has been a great event today, so a huge thank you to Leah for getting this all together for us. She is a great friend and supporter, and I love it. And she is really trying to help a lot of us grow here on YouTube. So she's making all kinds of fun collaborations for us to be in with playlists that you can check out. And I think it's just so amazing. Last month of autumn or fall. Oh, wow. See, we are getting ready to go into summer. So we're kind of spring, summer in the States. And depending on where you live in the States, the weather might be whatever. Normally, we're supposed to have rain here in Western Washington, and we haven't had a lot of rain, which is great for the farmers because it is planting season around here. We just finished our tulip festivals, and now everyone's focused on planting. Look at this. I wanted to cut this word out. I'm very much into typography, and I love finding fun letters like this. Now, this won't go in this book, Meat and Fish. That could go in a recipe book. You're late watching your granddaughter. That's okay, Linda. Hello, come on in. I'm part of an event today. I get just a half an hour, and then after me will be Christy from, I almost wanted to say Christy's Crafty Cottage, but no. Today it's Christy from Funky Junk Inspiration. So you guys will have to check her out. She does amazing crafts as well. I love her. So many fun ladies in our event today. And really, in all of the events that Leah puts together, Leah does just such a great job. Okay, so let's see. This one is a recipe. It says tuna with apple. Now, I don't know if I would like tuna with apple, but they made it look okay here. But I definitely want this apple little stick here, branch, apple branch. Yeah, that's what I want. And at first, I was so apprehensive to cut up these magazines because they are just beautiful. And like I said, it's not like $3 or $4 like it used to be because they make a quarterly magazine. So it's pretty thick. And it comes with all of these beautiful pages. A lot of times they'll have some crafts and fun things that you can cut out and print or whatever you want to do. They'll have some printable craft that's pretty wonderful. And usually I don't put the craft together, but I will snake the pieces and put them into my journals. I am working on this fruit book that I have started quite some time ago. I'm taking pieces from a magazine and adding them to my book. And the magazine that I have is called Daphne's Diary. And they always have really beautiful imagery. I love it. So we're just going to kind of loosely fussy cut these out. And then we can add it into my book. And I think this is something really great that you can do. My girls always used to love cutting things out of magazines and collaging with them and just decoupaging glue and then putting the imagery onto paper. I would probably decoupage my whole house with napkins if my husband didn't live here. Okay, so see, now we have this beautiful little fussy cut that we can put anywhere. I don't know if it's going to fit right there. I do want to put something there, so let me just keep looking here. I keep getting distracted by all of the beautiful imagery. Fortunately, I didn't leave it into the magazine because then we'd just be spending the half hour together looking at a magazine. Yeah, Daphne's Diary is just amazing. I love their images. Okay, see, and now there's this little pop of blueberries right there. I want to cut those out. And then this is a recipe for something I ruined over here because I cut the other side out. So always double check if your pages are double-sided that you don't want the other side. This one is for a recipe for ham with tomatoes. It's kind of a salad. I don't know that I would like that salad, but again, I do want this little blueberry cluster that's up here. And yeah, I mean, if you were looking for something to go into a recipe book, you could easily keep cutting out some of these other images. So sometimes when I'm just sitting watching YouTube or whatever and I don't have to pay too much attention, I'll grab a magazine like this one and just kind of start flipping through and deciding on the pages that I need to go in my books. But look how beautiful this is, and it just matches so great. There's already some blueberries in here somewhere. And I was like, oh, instantly I knew where this needed to go. And sometimes, people say, how do you know when a journal is done? Well, sometimes you think the journals are done and then you find pieces that just need to go in them. So it kind of carries on. Now see, that's blueberries there. And I could put those blueberries up here. You could even paper clip it in or put it in some pockets. You can back it on cardstock. You could put it on a tag. All kinds of fun things you can do with things you find in magazines. So, if you don't have money to go out and buy all the designer papers and all the things, don't feel bad because there's a lot of resources that you can get. A lot of times magazines will be in like library giveaways and all kinds of things like that. So there's, oh, thank you. Yeah, I had fun making this journal. It's a 2-signature journal. It is... What else can I tell you about it? It's a slipped spine, which is wonderful because that means I can add pages if I need to. And I can take pages out if I decide later that I don't like them or whatever. So now see how this is a sticker I added here. And if I'm not feeling it, this could just go with it. And some of those little doodads would be right behind it. I might actually do that. I don't know. That's my little apple cutout. But I love these. And I think... they definitely need to have a place in here. I think I'm just about done. I love those grapes that we just put in there. So great. You love the front. Yeah, the cover I tried to leave fairly plain. This was just I put I put some sort of paper down onto the box that I used. This was probably a pasta box of some sort. And I covered it with like a designer paper of some sort. I can kind of see the background. And then I used a napkin to decoupage over the cover. And then this is just a glued on flower that I had. And that's how the closure comes out. And I didn't put the closure on for the back yet, so I still need yet to do that. I did put one of these little, it's like a little, I don't know what these are called. It's just a little ring that holds your threads. And yeah, I'm not digging the dangle. I think I just was putting that there, so I knew that I wanted to put that in a dangle, so I need to add to it. It's looking kind of shrimpy. And then I do have, like I have room in here for a few more sheets of paper, and this is just a little butterfly that I used some ink over. Coffee dyed little journaling cards, but you don't have to coffee dye if you, maybe you don't want to or you don't like that. Oh wow, look how pretty that would be. We could even put this on the back of the book page here, just so it's pretty. I don't know if I like that though. This one maybe. And that could be a little tuck up there, so then you can clip in some other recipes. And then while I was flipping through, then they did have some healthy juices, which I thought was kind of fun. So they have cherry juice, and it tells you what's in it. So it says melatonin, a hormone that plays an important role in regulating sleep. Wake cycle, melatonin helps your body to prepare you for sleep. So that is a benefit of using cherry juice. I thought that was kind of cool. And then they have that for several juices, plums, cranberries, beetroot juice. Ooh, I don't know if I could get myself to drink that. But there's one for pomegranates, and I do have that silly pomegranate in here that I don't know if I should say silly, because I think it's beautiful. The one I added the little slice of tomato to. No, that's a fig. That was a fig, not a. Maybe I could put this. It looks like a beetroot. Oh my gosh. All right. Still learning my fruits here. This one is a little piece of file folder. So in here we have this pocket. It flips out like this, goes like this. And then if you pull it this way, it has a pocket here and a pocket here. And I could probably put another pocket here. Pockets. Us junk journalers love our pockets. Okay. This one is a flip out and a flip up. And all the edges are sewn. This was, I sewed this quite a while ago because my sewing machine and I are not speaking right now. It's funny, the last crafter was talking about sewing and sewing with her machine, and I was like, nope, my sewing machine and I don't get along, and usually that's a problem with most sewing machines. I think it's me that's the problem. I can see it. Ugh. Okay, so we could cut all of these out with their little respective thing and find places to glue them in, or we could easily just put them on some index cards, either coffee dyed ones or not. I think they're mixed in here. Where'd they go? Oh yeah, they're over here. And then, if you don't want to coffee dye them, you can ink them up and then put them into the pockets. Another fun thing to do with your index cards is to put a tab on them and put them into the pockets. Very basic, but effective. And this one is all about making jam. It said, my mother makes jam. And then she just tells a little story. And then she's got ingredients here to make rosehip jam, blackberry jam, raspberry jam, and some little tips about making jam. And then, of course, the berries. And I wasn't sure if I wanted to take the recipes out or not, but the berries were definitely fantastic. So I thought we could try to cut these out. And sometimes you might have to piece them together. How am I doing on time? I'm getting... Oh, we are just about done. We're going to go over to Make All the Things with me, Leah. That's our host. Again, I'd greatly appreciate if you tap your screen, hit the dots, and like this video. Give it a big thumbs up. Let me know that you were here. Leave a comment. That helps all of us. And if you can hit that share button, and then it says copy link. So some people say share copy link. You don't actually have to copy it anywhere, just or share it anywhere. Just doing those acts makes the algorithm go, oh, hey, they're doing something fun over here. And so, yeah, the more you do that, the better. So let's all go see what Leah is making at Make All the Things with me. And I'm going to continue to sit and play here with my fun jam berry and fruit journal. So thanks so much for watching today. Have a great Memorial weekend. Stay safe, stay healthy, all the things. Create for creativity's sake. And thank all of our servicemen and women and their families. Bye, everyone.